John Butler presiding.
Thank you. Be seated. State versus Judy Cobbler, theft of property, 16409.
Just go.
Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Here for the final status hearing, pretrial hearing.
Okay.
We do not have a change of plea at this time, but I would like to submit a motion to eliminate.
All right, sir. You just hand it to me there. Thank you so much. Let me look at it. All right, will we need how long would it take? You want a hearing on it, I suppose, or you want it right before the trial when you propose that we do this?
Right before the trial is fine for me, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll make a note of it and remind me to take it up and we'll cover it right before the trial or at another time if you decide it'd be better.
All right. I believe that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
That concludes my business this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, sir, thank you. 17189, State versus Dustin Brown, delivery of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, obstructing governmental operations. Are you Dustin Brown, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a lawyer?
No, sir.
You intend to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I need a public defender.
Okay. Have you filled out an application yet?
No, sir.
Okay, there should be one at the jail. Fill it out, turn it in as soon as possible, and then,
Who does it get turned into?
say it again.
Who does that get turned into?
Okay, the person you get it from at the jail, just give it back to that person or make sure it goes back to that person.
Okay.
And I'll have you reappear on May 11th at 10 o'clock for attorney status and an arraignment. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
17-190, State versus Jennifer Elliott. Delivery of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, obstructing governmental operations. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
No, sir.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I need to fill out an application.
Okay, there should be one at the jail. Fill it out, turn it in as soon as possible. And
Okay.
your case is before a different judge, Judge Gordon Webb.
Okay,
He should be here on May 4th at 9 o'clock. So I'll schedule you to reappear on that day for attorney status and arraignment.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
17-188, State versus Chad McDaniel. Possession of firearms for certain persons, possession of a defaced firearm, terrorist threatening, and battery. Good morning.
Morning.
Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, I do not.
Not yet, you say?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Okay.
Okay. Which one of the two do you intend to do?
Andrew. Oh, get a public defender.
Okay. Have you filled out an application on this recent charge?
I have not.
Okay, you'll have to fill one out. Pick up the application, fill it out, turn it in. Your case is before Judge Webb, a different judge. He'll be here on May 4th at 9 o'clock. I'll have you appear for attorney status and arraignment on that day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. 17-187, State versus David Taylor, forgery, theft, possession of controlled substances. 17-69, delivery of marijuana near certain facilities, possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia.
Judge, I represent Mr. Taylor in his older case, and based on that representation, we'll have him fill out a new application, but we'll go ahead and do the arraignment now, if that's okay.
Okay, go right ahead.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty and waive any of the information.
All right. And that would be in 17-187. And Are there any pretrial motions in the older case 17-69?
Judge, there or not, we can leave that one as scheduled. And I'll speak to Mr. Chisholm about David's bond at the break.
Okay, that'll be fine. And we'll send out a scheduling notice on the new case.
Thank you.
You want to give them tomorrow one?
17-186, State versus Connie Williams.
Connie Williams.
Good morning. See, ma'am, do you have a lawyer?
No,
Are you gonna hire a lawyer or make application to public defender's office?
I need an application.
Okay, there should be an application at the jail. You'll ask for one, fill it out, and turn it in as soon as possible. Your case is before Judge Gordon Webb, a different judge. He'll be here on May 4th at 9 o'clock, and I order you to appear on that day for an arraignment and attorney status. Okay? Thank you. 17-183, State versus Cody Haynes. Charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and methamphetamine.
Okay. Okay.
Are you Mr. Haynes?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you have a lawyer at this time?
Yes, sir.
You're going to hire a lawyer or make application to public defender's office?
Application from public defender.
Okay. Pick one up at the jail, an application that is, fill it out, turn it in as soon as possible. And I'll have you reappear on May 11th, 10 o'clock for arraignment and attorney status.
Can I ask for a bond reduction too?
Let me look. I don't know anything about this gentleman, but very little.
You know, his bond is set at $2,500, which is a minimal bond for, he's charged, he had a warrant out for his arrest when we caught him. This is a 2 Class D felonies. I think his bond is sufficient where it's at.
Okay. Sir, I'm gonna leave the bond where it's at right now. Thank you for asking though. 17-180, State versus Chadwick Wallace, theft of property.
Hey, who's the next guy? Chadwick Wallace.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir, I just now received a public defender application.
Okay.
From one of the officers here at the jail.
Very good. Fill it out, turn it in as soon as you can. Your case is before Judge Gordon Webb. And I'll have you reappear before Judge Webb on May 4th at 9 o'clock for an arraignment and attorney status.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. 17-179, State versus Jeremy Walters. Theft by receiving and criminal mischief, Jeremy Walters.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning. Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
You gonna make application to the public defender or hire a lawyer?
Public defender.
Okay, have you filled out an application yet?
No, sir.
If you'll ask, they'll give you one at the jail. Fill it out, turn it in as soon as you can. I'll have you come back on May 11th at 10 o'clock for attorney status and an arraignment. Thanks. State versus William Thompson. Possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and fleeing. 17-169. Are you Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Filled out an application, turned it in last time, sir.
I'm sorry, would you say that again?
Filled out an application already.
Okay, you filled out an application, okay?
Judge, I think he's here for attorney status. We do have a file on it. I don't have the user fee for him, but we'll enter our appearance on his behalf, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We've already scheduled your case, and your, looks like your next appearance is June 29th at 10 o'clock for a pretrial.
Yes, sir. Did I get a bond reduction, sir?
Let me look.
Judge, what we might do, we have a plea offer that I want to run across with Mr. Thompson. We may bring him over with the other inmates and maybe resolve this today.
Okay, your attorney's asking that you be brought to the courthouse today, so we'll do that, okay?
What is that?
17-167,
Cat?
Chad Ison. Delivery of methamphetamine, 2 counts, unlawful use of communication device in your search facilities, possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia. Mr. Isom, I appointed the public defender's office to represent you. Your next appearance is on June 29th at 10 o'clock for a pretrial hearing if necessary. Is there anything else to be done today?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Chad, I'll be over to see you soon, okay?
17-109 State vs. Christopher Packley, charged with aggravated assault, endangering the welfare of a minor in the first degree.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Packley privately. He is on your docket today, Your Honor. There was another incident that occurred. Ms. Hosford, who was the question of the no contact order, is here in court today, but Your Honor, we would like his bond reinstated. His bonding company is First Arkansas. Mr. Brown has told me that they're willing to stay on his bond. Ms. Hosford will tell the court, if the court wants to hear from her, as I said, she is here, that she does not wish to pursue the misdemeanor charge that led to the revocation of his bond.
Your Honor, may I have just 1 second?
Sure.
Is Ms. Hofford in this courtroom?
She is. Ms. Hosford?
Where is she? Judge, we'd like a hearing on that matter.
Very well. We can transport him over. We'll have a hearing.
That's
on
fine,
that. 16-401 State versus Dwayne Thompson burglary. 16-399. 16-397. 273, 270, 434, 421, 420. Anything to be done in these cases?
Judge, there have been some developments as of last night and this morning that I need to speak with Mr. Thompson about, so until he knows about those, there's nothing we can do today. And I'm speaking with the prosecutor right now about some very recent developments, so not at this time. We'll leave them as scheduled, and Dwayne, I'll be over to see you very soon, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Dwayne.
David Liner, 16-297, possession of a controlled substance with purpose to deliver methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of controlled substance, 16-292, possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia, Xanax, clonazepam. 17-171, possession of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia.
Judge, I'll be representing Mr. Liner today. I've spoke with Dan Brown. We'd asked that Dan Brown said he'd stand his bond. I've also spoke with his probation officer, Bobby Hicks. Bobby has no issue with him being released. I know the state's gonna contest this issue, Judge. If the court won't stand his bond, we'd ask that he at least be set a reasonable professional bond.
Judge, we'd recommend a $5,000 cash bond. We have sort of been down the road. Staying on the bond with Mr. Liner is not the problem. It's putting Mr. Liner allowing him to bond out the first time on September the 2nd on a $2,500 bond when he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, marijuana, use or possession with the intent to use drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, Xanax, possession of a controlled substance, clonazepam. Most of those were misdemeanors. That occurred on September the 2nd for an offense that occurred, I guess, on August 17th of last year. He managed to stay out of jail for approximately, once he made that bond, until September the 7th which would have been, I don't know when his arraignment date was, according to the front of this, it would have been sometime after September the 2nd. So we rearrested him on September the 7th. So 5 days later, we arrested Mr. Liner for possession of a controlled substance with the purpose to deliver methamphetamine, which is a Class B felony, use or possession with the intent to use drug paraphernalia to distribute methamphetamine, another Class B felony, and possession of a controlled substance failure to deliver with purpose to deliver near a certain facility. His bond at that time was $15,000, and again, I guess we allowed somebody to stay on his bond or to allow him to bond out. He's been out of jail since then. I'm not sure when he made bond. He was transferred to Judge Webb's court, and I've kind of lost him. But he's been rearrested on April the 10th, again charged with possession of methamphetamine, a Class D felony, and a possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class D felony. Your Honor, the problem is this gentleman's, the ease at which he is bonding out of jail. I noticed that he does not have the public defender. I would say this gentleman, I'll let him go. Let's put up a $5,000 cash bond and let's let the man go out. But if all we're going to do is allow him to allow the only person in this room that he owes money to that can enforce it and collect it to say, I'm going to stay on his bond, that's a joke to the people of Baxter County. That doesn't, this man's not bonding out of jail. Basically, his one creditor in this room is saying, hey, let him out of jail. I'd kind of like to keep getting payments. And I'm not against the bonding industry at all or anybody's ability to make a living. But this man, if you let him out of jail, is going to reoffend. He can't keep from it. So if it's worth it for him to get out of jail, at least let's put up $5,000 at the Baxter County jail. Put him on an ankle monitor. I mean, let's restrict him in some way. Are we going to reward him and say, hey, let's pretend none of this happened and let's go back to like this is the first time you're arrested? I'd like a $5,000 cash bond. I'd like the man put on an ankle monitor.
Where does he work?
Barry, are you employed right now?
I was, not any longer.
And Judge, I know he does have a residence in Baxter County, and I know these are just allegations that the state's refuting. And we are okay with an ankle monitor.
Judge, I failed
if
to
we
mention-
could get a professional bond.
Judge, I failed to mention one other thing. This man is on probation out of the state of Louisiana.
And he is current with his terms of probation, I believe, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if Mr. Burnett believes that getting arrested 3 times in Baxter County is saying I'm current with my probation, then I would take issue.
Your Honor, he stays in complete contact with Louisiana.
Is he being supervised in Baxter?
He is, Your Honor.
With Mr. Bobby Hicks.
And I got the okay from Bobby.
Judge, that's meaningless. That means nothing to you at this point. It should.
Well, let me think about it.
Okay. All right.
I said he's entitled to a bond, of course. So
Okay.
I set him a bond.
Okay.
Let me think about it.
All right.
Thank you.
Your Honor, that's all I have today, if I may be excused.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Barry, I'll be in touch.
I think.
Judge, before you leave that matter, may I approach with some orders relieving the public defender's office?
Let's see, this is 15364 Barbara Bridges, forgery and theft.
Judge, these are, I believe, revocation petitions, probably some new ones since the last time we were here. I do represent Barbara in these matters from a previous appointment. We will enter a plea of not true at this time and ask that this matter be set for hearing at the court's convenience.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not true. Set the matter for hearing on May 11th at 10 o'clock or soon thereafter as we can get to it.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be over to see you soon, Barbara.
Okay, thank you, Andrew.
16-07 Brian Glade. Apparently there's been a petition filed to revoke his probationary period. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Have you got a lawyer, sir?
I misspoke, Your Honor.
You misspoke.
He is in jail. They have not yet filed the petition. It's pending, Judge. It's based on a new charge. And I think he's in jail on his new charge at this point, yes.
Has he,
Did you know if it's felony or misdemeanor?
has there been, have you been before court, Mr. Glade? Have you been, since you were recently arrested, have you been before a judge?
No, sir.
Okay, is there an
Judge,
affidavit on?
There isn't, Judge, he just got arrested like today. I guess they served a warrant on him for trafficking methamphetamine, so he's in the works. He may be here premature.
As soon as there is an affidavit, he can be brought back for an 8.1 hearing.
Is there any chance that happens
Judge Duffy may do it this afternoon.
Okay, well, Mr. Glade, there's nothing we can do right now, but you will be brought before a judge before long for first appearance before a court.
I took my wife to free ski.
Thank you.
She goes.
That's all we can do right now. Fourteen '96, State versus Danielle Astry. You also go by Berger,
Yes, sir.
okay? And this is delivery of controlled substances near certain facilities.
No.
And
No.
this is a petition to revoke a probation. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. As far as what I know is revocation for non-payment. I've been homeless, and I spent some time in the hospital with pneumonia, and I just got a job. I would really like the chance to make this right.
Okay. Have you got have you got a lawyer yet?
No, sir, I do not, but I know I'm guilty of not paying the fees.
Well, I tell you what, pick up an application, fill it out, and we'll bring you to the courthouse later, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, can I request a bond maybe?
Well, why don't you just wait till you come over here and do that, okay?
Okay, come over at 1?
Yeah,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. 17-184, Rachel Calloway. Theft by receiving, criminal attempt to commit forgery.
Good morning.
Your Honor, Ms. Callaway is a client of our office. She has not filled out an application for discharge. I can just ask her, since you filled out your application, has anything changed?
No.
Your Honor, I would anticipate that the court would appoint us on this, and I'd enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf.
We'll enter that plea of not guilty, appoint the public defender's office. Your case is before Judge Gordon Webb. You'll be here on May 4th at 9 o'clock, and so appear on that date.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Brandy Shepherd. Possession of controlled substances, no vehicle tags, and driving on a suspended license.
No approach, Your Honor.
17-181, yes. Now I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. And you're appearing for an arraignment.
Judge will waive reading of that information, enter plea of not guilty, and ask for a scheduling order and a reappearance date.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty. Her reappearance will be on July 20th, is that right, Ian?
Yes, sir.
July 20th at 10 o'clock for a pre-trial. So make an appointment to visit with your lawyer.
Thank you, Judge.
17-178, State versus Cody Saleh. Possession of methamphetamine, other controlled substances, drug paraphernalia. Good morning.
Morning.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
You gonna hire a lawyer?
I'm not sure yet. Probably use a public defender.
Okay, if you'll take an application from them and fill it out, I'll have your case later.